a mark of 125 behind him. Tight Call, his latest form looks pretty solid. I suspect that he's something of a threat. And Timoteo, another one that was probably a little bit better than it looked last time out on the back of a lengthy absence. And he's one that could run reasonably well at a fair price. But Tedham, I thought, was a really interesting runner going into this.
OK, so a couple of votes for Tedham. Lydia?
Quite a bit of pace on potentially here. Wallace Spirit, who's quirky, and Tight Call like to go towards the 4, and Bradford Bridge can, and Tedham and Gallic Destiny, albeit the former hasn't really got a defined run style, this only being his 5th start. They have been pressing the leaders in the past. Can see why both Chris and Sam are interested in Tedham after the second behind Getaway Trump, stepping up by half a mile in trip, and that should suit him on pedigree, and that should mean that the mark of 125 is workable. He's now 4-1 clear favourite. KK Lexian has won at this track before, that was back at the start of January 2017 on testing ground. He hasn't really been in the same kind of form since, but he's obviously expected to run well here today. Tight Call is interesting. That horse has shown improved form the last couple of times, winning a Hereford Maiden and also finishing second behind Kajaki at Wetherby, and he missed running on a sounder surface recently and is held back for this kind of ground. As you can see there, it is a competitive race, however, with lots of them between 7 and 10-1.
A getaway, and the blue jacket of Martin is the first of them to lead. They run towards number 1 of 12 flights of hurdles here. Earl of the Cotswolds, a dark jacket and white sleeves is in second place. There's about 6 of them in line behind as they get over number 1. It's all up and over safely, not at a fierce pace early on by any stage. They come to the second. KK Lexian is at the back of the field. Definitely at the back. He jumped rather slowly there. Bradford Bridge and Timoteo were just ahead of him. 2 of the greys, Magoo in blue colours and Bhutan in green and yellow, are close to the leaders, as also is Dark Episode in the purple, who moved his way through into 3rd place. These then are followed by Tight Call in yellow and green colours. Got a big white blaze on his chestnut face. He's off to the right as they get over number 4, the final one in the back straight, and they all took it okay. So the blue colours of Martin, he's got blinkers on for the first time. Nico de Boinville leads him down to the end of the back straight. Gulshanigan's the light green sleeves, maybe just in 3rd. It looks like Dark Episode in the purple is fractionally ahead of him as they make this turn. And then Tight Call, the yellow jacket, is right up round the outside. Also in yellow is Tedham against the running rail. Bhutan and Magoo are between that pair. And then Earl of the Cotswolds, who set out in 2nd place. He's now halfway down the field. Races just in company with Wicked Willie. Behind him is Bradford Bridge, and then Gallic Destiny in dark colours. Another grey is Wallace Spirit, yellow jacket for Jerry McGrath, who's 3 from the rear of the field. Timoteo is green, red and white colours, and the previous winner of this, KK Lexian, won it 2 years ago. Noel George in the green and pink colours, back marker of the 14. They're well bunched though as they come to number 5. All over it okay. And now Dark Episode in purple has come through to join Martin in the blue, and the green sleeves of Gulshanigan's nearest to us is a length off those showing in 3rd. They have kicked on by 3 or 4, maybe even 5 lengths to Tight Call Alan Johns in the yellow and green, alongside Bhutan, Will Kennedy, a white cap, and the yellow jacket Tedham, Nick Schofield over that in mid-division from Wicked Willie in the dark blue and grey. Then the blue and orange, Magoo, Alex Thorne races up round the outside of Earl of the Cotswolds, Tom Bellamy, a black jacket and white sleeves. Yellow sleeves of Bradford Bridge then, Stephen Kerber nearest to us. On the outside as they race onto the far side, then Paige Fuller in the brown on Gallic Destiny towards the running rail as they head now onto flight number 7. Timoteo is next. Wayne Hutchinson, the yellow, green and white colours. Next to him in yellow, Jerry McGrath on Wallace Spirit. And there are a couple of lengths ahead of KK Lexian, who's not travelled with much fluency in the early part of this, or the first half of it. He continues to be the back marker. Meanwhile, Dark Episode heads into the back straight, leading by a length to now to Martin in 2nd. Gulshanigan's behind those in 3rd, and then Tedham, who'll take it in 4th place as they jump over the first of the obstacles on the far side of the course. Quickly down towards the next one. Dark Episode by a length still. to Martin in second position. Gall get over it okay. Bradford Bridge, KK Lexion and Gallic Destiny are the last trio. Gulshanigans, Noel Feely goes wide down the back straight. Tight Call, the white-faced runner, following him out deep on the course as well. Magoo is with those. Timoteo and Earl of the Cotswolds, the next pair. Bhutan's lost a few places. Magoo similarly also lost a couple of places. He's not far behind the leaders though. Wicked Willie's in behind this, and then Bradford Bridge, who goes around the outside of the runners as they take the third last. KK Lexion still the back marker. Bradford Bridge, Bhutan, Wallace Spirit, and with them as well Gallic Destiny at the back. Up front though, there's a few that you could fancy in this as they leave the back straight. Martin in the blue, still there against the running well. The purple of Dark Episode. Gulshanigans is widest. Tight Call is there, a length away to Tedham. Earl of the Cotswold is making progress. So Wicked Willie just in behind those from Magoo and Bradford Bridge. Timoteo is still getting closer. Red and white jacket, red and green jacket, white sleeves. He's really motoring through on the inside as they come towards the home turn then with 2 more flights of hurdles to take. And still, Martin is holding on. The white sleeve, the white face of Tight Call is through in a second. Gulshanigans on the right. On the left is Earl of the Cotswolds. Tedham is with him. And then Timoteo and Wicked William. Behind those is Magoo as they take the second last. And just in front, Tight Call. Now Earl of the Cotswold has come to challenge. On the left is Tedham. On the right there is Wicked Willie staying on. Gulshanigans and Magoo are behind those. Tight Call and Alan Johns are very slender leaders. They move down to the last. Here's Tedham though. Nick Schofield on the left has come through to match strides with him as they come towards the last. Wicked Willie's behind those running on. Over the last, and Tedham and Tight Call touch down together. They run to the closing stages now. Tedham, Nick Schofield have taken it up, go on to win by a couple. Tedham the winner, second place Tight Call, third Wicked Willie. Magoo might have got fourth late on from Earl of the Cotswolds. They're clear from Gulshanigans.
Number 3, Tedham.
Tedham got off the mark at the first time in handicap company. The 4-1 favourite and quite well back near the off. Nick Schofield was on board for trainer John Joe O'Neill. Back in second was Tight Call for Alan Johns, riding for Tim Vaughan. Third, Wicked Willie, more patiently ridden for Jordan Naylor and Nigel Twiston-Davis. And Magoo did come through for fourth, just ahead of Earl of the Cotswolds. So, Tedham, patiently ridden towards the 4 of mid-division. You can spot him here in about 6th place, travelling strongly on the outside of Earl of the Cotswolds. At this point, still up front is Martin. Didn't look as though a strong pace did transpire in these conditions because there was quite a big bunch of them still in contention as they turned from home. This is where, in the limey colours, Tight Call lays down his challenge and eclipses Martin on the lead. Earl of the Cotswolds has been patiently ridden, but moves through relatively quickly to make his challenge at the second last. On his inside is the eventual winner Tedham, who's making his challenge more steadily. On the right hand side in the grey and navy colours, Wicked Willie is staying on, but not quickly enough to get involved with the front pair. Earl of the Cotswolds just gets squeezed out there. He probably wasn't going well enough to be able to hold his position. Tight Call was hanging to the right, the winner Tedham hanging to his left, and that didn't help things. Earl of the Cotswolds also bungled the last as he was beginning to weaken. He's faded quite quickly actually in the end, whereas Tedham has finished off really strongly. He was bred to appreciate the step up in trip that he took in his stride today, and it looks like he's seen that really nicely. A good performance from Tight Call, who's in good form in second. For its type, this is probably pretty strong form. Wicked Willie has got better form over fences. This was more of an encouraging run over the smaller obstacles. And also coming through from the back, Magoo. Paul Nicholls was saying earlier that he just wanted to get more experience into this horse, and so a switch from fences to hurdles was just to do that after the horse hit the deck on his debut over fences here in Britain. But the winner, with a big future probably, and likely to be able to win more races, Tedham wins nicely here for Nick Schofield and John Joe O'Neill.